Hello and welcome to This Week in Rugby League, and the common theme this week was self-implosion. We got off to an extremely strong start this week with the Manly Seagulls deciding they don't want to be competitive for the next 5 years, and Anthony Seibold doing a speed run of how fast he can ruin a club, trying to break his record that he set with the Broncos. This came as Manly decided to splurge $660,000 a season on Luke Brooks, and ordinarily, that's pretty cheap for half. Right, who's played 200 plus games? Anything for any other club, pretty much. Look, that's not actually that bad of a deal. And then you look a little bit further and think, Manly, what are you doing? They also confirmed this week that they are going to be signing Tommy Talau and Jackson Paulo from this next season onwards. And again, where they get the money from. But it gets worse than that. Re-signed Tolu Kola. Now that's actually a good bit of business. Well done, Manly. But then they re-signed Josh Schuster for $800,000 a year. Or they're going to be playing 5 halves and 6 centers every week. What is going on? And okay, everyone said that Josh Schuster's going to play back row. Manly haven't said that. And you're going to really pay $800K for a back rower? He's going to be the third highest paid back rower in the comp. He's not the third best back rower in the comp at all. I reckon play him at lock, to be honest. But still, it's their halves next year are going to be Jake Arthur, Luke Brooks, Dale Cherry-Evans, Josh Schuster. So basically, Manly are just absolutely imploding from the inside out. And another club that seems to be imploding for the second year in a row is the Brisbane Broncos. So in the last week, they've lost to the Titans at home. Jordan Ricky and Tommy Flegler are injured, and Hunt isn't not coming for the rest of the season, supposedly, if the Dragons don't actually release him. But worst of all is the Reece Walsh situation. So Walsh has been suspended for 3 games for swearing at the ref, which, if he actually did do that, is just not enough anyway. But just the whole kerfuffle of the judiciary hearing is just, what? No one's story was adding up, but David Fafita, I better hope he never gets in trouble with the police, because, oh my god, he single-handedly got Reece Walsh suspended from this comment here. He said it to the ref, Paddy, he told the panel, and then he backtracked. Oh, no, I didn't mean it. Oh my. And of course, it's not a week in rugby league without the Tigers being involved somewhere, doing something stupid, but thankfully, it's not actually someone from the club this week. Matt Rogers and Scott Sattler started probably the most Tigers rumor of all time this week, talking about Michael Morgan returning to the NRL for the Tigers. He'd be healed up. Get him training now for next year. He'll be amazing. Imagine getting him there. He's got 3 or 4 years of good footy left in him, Rogers said on SEN Sports Day. He's got 3 or 4 good years of footy left in him, and they retired 2 years ago, for medical reasons. His body's that banged up that he had to stop playing footy, but he'd be all healed up by now. And then now there's media people carrying on left, right, centre saying that Michael Morgan's going to come back to footy. If he did, I'm sure he wouldn't go back to the Tigers. And of course, the other laughingstock of the NRL at the moment, the Dragons, have done something stupid again. After getting humiliated by the Sharks this week and getting 100 points put on them in 2 weeks, they have then come out and said that Zach Lomax is free to leave the club even though he's contracted to 2026. Now, it sort of makes sense because there's going to be a big, massive roster turnover in the next couple of years at the Dragons. But they won't let Ben Hunt leave, but they'll let Zach Lomax leave. What? And I think Ryan Carr came out this week and said if there's players who don't want to be there, then they can leave. If that's the case, they're going to have no players left. It's just going to be Ben Hunt there by himself being held hostage because the Dragons, man, they're just doing it to themselves, eh? Tim Sheens obviously heard Matt Rogers' comments and decided he wasn't going to get out-tigered this week and gave one of the stupidest post-match press conferences I've ever heard. In his post-match press conference, he said, no excuses. Let's have a quick count of the excuses. He then goes on the list. We just missed too many tackles. There's 1. We had 37% possession. There's 2. Please, you can't win a game like that, not against a side as good as they have. 3. He's blaming a 74-point loss on 37% possession. Are you serious? Man, the Tigers could actually be alright, but I swear they just shoot themselves in the foot time and time again. There you have it, another enthralling week of off-field rugby league drama, hey?